All right, everyone, welcome to today's live stream. My name is Mark Slater with Prime Spine Consulting, and every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to host a live stream where we cover the most important topics in personal injury marketing that actually work. So a little bit about me. I went to undergrad at the University of Florida. I graduated in 1993, so that means I'm just old. I went to chiropractic school of life, graduated in 98, and worked at a chiropractic office for a couple of years, and then I started from scratch a personal injury office, a chiropractic office in Birmingham, Alabama. And when I started that practice, I said I was going to do all personal injury. And everyone said, you're going to be a personal injury, you're going to grow a personal injury business in Alabama? That's a good old boy network. That's never going to work. You're not going to be successful. Okay, I didn't listen to any of that. I hired Peter Fernandez, old school chiropractic consultant. I bought into his practice starters program, went full out, did it, sold that practice in only 2 years for a big profit to Taylor Flanagan. He's still there. Dr. Flanagan, Oxmoor Chiropractic, bought that practice for me back in 2003. Still there. I bought an integrated practice here in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was all personal injury and work comp. And so what I did, well, when I said that I did own the practice, but it was integrated. So we had an MD. He was there every day. I was the one, I can't sit still. I don't like being in an office. So I had to get out of there. So I was the one going out and talking to attorneys, MRI reps, other doctors. I was doing the marketing, boots on the ground. I was a marketing liaison for my own practice because the MD did all the clinical work. Okay, so I had that practice for 15 years. I sold it, and I had some other businesses. I sold those too, took some time off. Then I got recruited and hired by one of the largest spinal surgeons in the South to be his VP of sales and marketing. He had 5 marketing liaisons in the field when I started. As an orthopedic surgeon, focusing on the spine, a fellowship trained spinal surgeon, the doctor knew that he needed a large sample size of injury patients because only a small percentage of those, about 7-8%, are surgical candidates. So he hired me he had a ceiling. He couldn't get past 200 new PI patients a month. I know what you're saying. Wow, he couldn't get 200, but that was his goal. So he hired me because I had all these relationships in the field, in personal injury with attorneys, other doctors, other chiropractors. So he knew that he trusted me to bust past that 200 new patients per month barrier. So fast forward 11 months. In that 11-month time period, we hit over 200 new PI patients in a month, twice in my tenure. And he also wanted to break a record of spinal surgeries. He had only done 24 when I got there. That was the record per month, 24 spinal surgeries in a month. We did 30 twice in my tenure. So after 11 months of working there, I resigned. I resigned because I hate being an employee. I'm an entrepreneur. I like owning my own business. So I learned a lot and I resigned because I said to myself, if I can build my own personal injury practice, if I can help a spinal surgeon build a personal injury practice or expound and grow his already established personal injury practice, I'm onto something here. So what I did is I resigned and I took 6 months and I created a course. I created a training on how to grow a PI practice fast. So that's a little about me. I'm a full-time consultant now. I've been a full-time coach, consultant in the personal injury space for 4 years now. And I'm excited that you're here because what I'm going to share with you today is awesome. So the subject today is blue ocean strategies. Blue ocean strategies to blast the doors off the competition. So we're going to talk about what blue ocean strategies are and how you can implement those and use those in your personal injury marketing. So let's talk about blue ocean strategies. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. And what I wanna show you is, it's a book, Blue Ocean Strategy, written by Chan Kim and Renee Maborny, probably butchering that name, but here's the book. This is what I'm referencing, a blue ocean strategy. So what is a blue ocean strategy? Good question. What is the blue ocean strategy? So a blue ocean strategy, think of a vast blue ocean, okay? I'm going to read this to you. The simultaneous pursuit of differentiation and low costs to open up a new market space and create new demand. It's about creating and capturing uncontested market space, thereby making the competition irrelevant. It is based on the view that market boundaries and industry structure are not a given and can be reconstructed by the actions and beliefs of industry players. So I'm this industry player, and I'm going to share this blue ocean strategy with you because it is astounding in the results it gets in your personal injury business. So let's talk about what a red ocean strategy is. Red oceans are the industries in existence today, the known market space. In red oceans, industry boundaries are defined and accepted, and the competitive rules of the game are known. Here, companies try to outperform their rivals to grab a greater share of existing demand. As the market space gets crowded, profits and growth are reduced. Products become commodities, leading to cutthroat or bloody competition, hence the term red ocean. Okay. Blue oceans, in contrast, denote all the industries not in existence today, the unknown market space, untainted by competition. In blue oceans, demand is created rather than fought over. There are ample opportunity for growth that is both profitable and rapid. Profitable and rapid. Blue oceans. Competition is irrelevant because the rules of the game are waiting to be set. A blue ocean is an analogy to describe the wider, deeper potential to be found in unexpected market space. A blue ocean is vast, deep, and powerful in terms of profitable growth. So this is where you want to be marketing. You want to be marketing in the blue oceans, not the shark-infested waters of the red oceans. Think of 100 sharks tearing at the same piece of meat. They may get a little bit, but that's all they get. Not very, in terms of a business, if they only got that much of the market share in terms of the meat that the shark is eating, very small, because it's so competitive, right? Red oceans in the personal injury market space is, business emails. I ask doctors all the time, tell me what you're doing in your personal injury marketing. I'm sending mailers out to attorneys. Those go in the garbage. We're cold calling attorneys. Several layers of people. I just called an attorney today just to test this. I had to talk to 2 people before I was told that the attorney couldn't talk to me. Cold calling doesn't work. It's a red ocean, like everybody's doing it. Okay. Email marketing. Your business emails have about a 10-15% if you're lucky open rate, which means 8 out of every 10 people don't even open your email. I have an exercise I do every morning. Exercise meaning on my phone. I open up my emails. If I don't know you or you're just a business, I'm going to delete you. I'm just going to delete. I don't have time to read 100 emails. I just delete 100 emails at least every morning. Email marketing is a red ocean. So what is this blue ocean market? What are you talking about? Okay, well, so all those things that I just described are red ocean strategies. They don't work anymore because everybody's doing them. I'll give you an example. 4 years ago when I started my business, I was doing Facebook ads. Facebook ads, targeting chiropractors, pain doctors, other doctors who wanted PI patients. You could do that in Facebook. At the time, it was kind of a bluish ocean. Okay, fast forward 4 years. Now everyone is using Facebook ads. There are a lot more coaches and course creators like myself in the market, and now they're all using Facebook ads. Now it's a red ocean. I do not market on Facebook anymore because it's a red ocean. I'm going to go market to a blue ocean. I'm not going to go and tell you what it is, whatever, but I found a blue ocean that very small percentage of the market is using now, and that's where I am going to start advertising, my paid advertising in a blue ocean. Okay, so I gave you some examples of those red oceans: email marketing, cold calling, and I take 4 attorneys to lunch a month. Okay, that's just not enough. Those are red ocean strategies. They're slow, they're competitive, and you're also, if you're not careful, just a commodity. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, let's say you're a chiropractor and you're reaching out to attorneys through whatever method it is, and you don't have anything that makes you stand out or differentiates you in the marketplace. Meaning you're a chiropractor, you have physiotherapy, x-ray, and that's it. There's lots of you. You got to figure out your point of differentiation, right? What makes you a blue ocean? What makes you stand out amongst all the other doctors, whether they're chiropractors, orthopedic doctors, interventional pain doctors, that make you a differentiator in the marketplace? Do you have a better way of diagnosing because you take flexion extension lateral films of the cervical spine to diagnose ligamentous instability, for example, right? What's going to make you stand out to go a little deeper and get the attention? And I mean, essentially, you got to shock these attorneys, right? Because they're marketed to all the time. You got to shock them. Give them something to remember you by with a point of differentiation. Okay. So in this market that I talk about, we don't do email marketing. We don't cold call. We don't use the phone because you're not going to talk to the attorney anyway. So what we do is we use the power of direct messaging. Well, what do I mean by direct messaging? Let me show you this graphic. Okay, so the red ocean is email. Based on when I got this is a little high, 22% open rate. It's lower, it's 10 to 15%. Okay, that's the red ocean. The blue ocean is using messenger, direct messages. Because when you send direct messages to attorneys, let's say, through your social media platforms, these attorneys are on this device 5 to 6 hours a day. Some of it is for business, but a lot of it is for distraction, scrolling social media, right? But if you send them a direct message, they are guaranteed to see it. They're not guaranteed to respond, but they're guaranteed to see it. So in my private program, we hammer two pillars of, well, I'll tell you what those two pillars are: massive numbers and consistency. So we use direct messaging to reach out to hundreds, not 10, 15, 20, hundreds of attorneys every week through direct messaging, where they're definitely going to see it. Because if you send an email, sometimes that gets filtered. A business email, if you have their business email, gets filtered by a staff member, right? So there's a layer before you get to the attorney. But when you send a direct message, it goes right into their inbox. No one is logged into the attorney's social media. And I'm talking about their personal profile, not their business page. So if you send direct messages to them personally, they are guaranteed to see it. Okay? It doesn't matter if not all of them respond. You don't need all of them to respond. You just need some. It's going to be a lot more than email response. And when you do direct messaging, because it's a blue ocean, here's what else you can do. It's conversational. You can have an actual conversation back and forth on direct message really fast. Email is slow. And in that email, you're putting all this information and you're just throwing it out into the market and you hope you get some responses. But when you send direct messages to attorneys, doctors that can send you PI cases, you can get into those conversations, build rapport, because yeah, they're going to have walls too. But how many of these attorneys are getting direct messages from chiros, like marketing, to ask them if they work with any doctors in their area of town? Now, you have to do it in a certain way through the funnel, right? There's a certain order of operations to use this. And if you do it out of order, it's not going to work well. But I want to tell you a quick story. There was a doc, we're going to call him Dr. B, was watching one of these live streams. And in one of these live streams in the past, I was talking about using direct messaging. Okay. And that's all he really knew, that he knew he could use direct messaging on social media to get his name, his face essentially, and his practice in front of the attorneys that can send him PI cases. So with very, very limited information, he started taking action, right? Massive numbers, consistency, action. So he took some action and he sent some direct messages to some attorneys. Well, what happened? Well, what happened was that same week that he sent a direct message, he is speaking to a room full of 30 attorneys at a law firm about a subject matter. I forgot what it was, but he's going to get in front of 30 attorneys in one room to give a presentation. That's powerful. and was all through using direct messaging. 2 days later, he booked a call with me and he became a paying client because he saw the value and how fast it works. That's what happens when you market in a blue ocean and use a blue ocean strategy compared to doing what everybody else is doing. Right now, this is a blue ocean. So the opportunity cost of not taking advantage of it now can cost you if you don't take action. Let me explain. Because as I said before, 3 years ago, Facebook ads for my business was a blue ocean. Now the market has figured it out. There's lots of coaches in my space now using Facebook ads. Red ocean. I am now off of Facebook ads and I'm on another platform with paid ads because I look for the blue oceans where there's no competition. I'm the competition, meaning the mirror. It's up to me to take the actions to grow my business. Okay, so he saw some results very quickly by just trying it on his own, called me, became a client because he wanted to know the actual steps to do it the right way. And now he's off and running, Dr. B. Okay, so the opportunity cost, if he didn't take action, if he didn't believe that it could work, he wouldn't have had that opportunity to get in front of 30 attorneys in essentially the first week of doing this exercise. Okay. Again, everyone's on their phone, right? Personal injury, is really based on traffic, right? More traffic, more accidents, more business for the attorneys, more business for you. But when we advertise, we're also looking for traffic. We're looking for eyeball traffic. And everyone's eyeballs are on this little device. That's my son. Are on this little device. So this is where the eyeballs are. So if we had a strategy, a blue ocean strategy that very few doctors are utilizing to get in front of attorneys and get cases, the power of direct messaging is the answer, right? So I encourage you to try it. Reach out to some attorneys on direct messaging and see, if they need a resource in your area of town for their personal injury clients. You'll be amazed at the response. But I can help you with showing you what the maximum amount is. We call this organic outreach and attraction. So the reason that it's organic is it's not paid outreach, right? Paid outreach is radio, TV, billboards, Google pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads. That's paid outreach. Organic outreach is free. So there are rules, meaning you can't send 100 direct messages in a day. The social media platforms think you're a spammer and they can shut your accounts down and ban you from their platforms. So you also have to know the rules. So it's powerful, but it also comes with discipline. Let me explain. Let's say you were going to do a set amount on today and you forgot or you got busy and you didn't do it. Well, on Friday, tomorrow, you can't double up that number that you forgot to do on Thursday. That day is lost. So there's discipline as well. So I want my clients send out the maximum amount of direct messages allowed by the social media platforms, get into the conversations. They know how to structure the conversation to essentially move it down a funnel and ask for a date. This is funny. So this is essentially like internet dating. Okay, it's like internet dating. Let me give you an example. I met my wife on Match.com. Okay, that's my wife right there, Julie. I met her on Match.com. Am I sharing my screen? No. All right. That's my wife, Julie, right here. I met her on Match.com. Right? So I had to walk her down a funnel to get to the bottom. The bottom is the date. So at the top, I sent her a request and said, hey, I saw you're on here. Look, you're in my town. I forgot what I said to her, but I gave her, because, I know what I say to the attorneys. I forgot what I said to my wife at the time, because that was over, it was a dozen years ago. I don't send marketing messages out to girls asking for dates anymore because, of a lovely marriage with my wife, Julie. So what I did is I had some questions to move her down the funnel. Where are you from? Where'd you go to college? What area of town do you live in? What do you do for work, right? That's how you build rapport. Well, when you know what those questions are for the attorneys, you just move them right down the funnel, handling their objections, asking the questions to build that rapport. It's powerful. And at the appropriate time, when you get them at the bottom of the funnel, hey, you open to hopping on a Zoom call with me? See, that's the other blue ocean strategy. Let me cover that with you. So when the pandemic happened back in 2020, March, and the country got shut down, no one was at work. Nobody was in these law firms. All the attorneys, their staff, they figured out how to work remotely. So if you had marketing liaisons in the field, they're knocking on law firms' doors, they're not there. Even today, 50% or more of them have figured out how to work remotely. Okay, so we're in a digital society. So the opportunity cost of not learning new strategies, blue ocean strategies in our digital society is going to set you back. And the opportunity cost of not taking action and learning new strategies is costing you money. It's costing you money. So think of this like internet dating. You're reaching out to these attorneys, you're asking questions, you're building rapport. And my point is, what the pandemic did for these attorneys is it taught them how to Zoom. Zoom depositions, Zoom bench trials, Zoom court. They know how to Zoom. So when you're using your digital assets and reaching out to them, getting in conversations, ask them if they want to hop on a Zoom call to learn more about their law firm. And they can learn more about your practice and how you focus on personal injury. Talk about your notes, your documentation, but they really want to just get to know you. You know, are you a family man? What kind of guy are you? Where'd you go to school? Tell me about your education. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do? Because they want to make sure they can trust you. Relationships are built on mutual trust and respect, right? So 80 to 90% of the conversation is just going to be getting to know them and them getting to know you. What are their hobbies? What do they like? Are they married? Do they have kids? What do their kids like to do? Do they play softball? Do they play soccer? This is how you build rapport. And then at the appropriate time at the bottom of the funnel, hey, do you want to hop on a Zoom call? I can learn more about your firm. You can learn more about my practice. Are you open to that? How many Zoom calls can you do in a day? Depends on how much time you have. But you only eat lunch once. And that one lunch can remove 2 hours of productivity in your day. 30 minutes to drive to lunch, an hour to have lunch with the attorney, 30 minutes back to your office, that's 2 hours. But you can do 3, 4, maybe even 5 Zoom calls in a day, not every day, but whatever your schedule allows. And they're just as impactful as lunches. And lawyers are on Zoom. They know how to do it. They're skilled at it. And so if you don't have Zoom skills, I recommend getting on Zoom, paying the $14.99 monthly fee, and play with it with your kids, play with your wife, try to do some interviews, know how to set it up, because it can grow your business. And sending out all these direct messages, using these organic strategies, getting attorneys on Zoom, it costs you $0 a month. It's free. And if you become friends with these attorneys, when they're bored or they're in between clients or cases, they're going to scroll social media. So are you posting on your social media? Posting about what the market wants to know. The market really doesn't want to know it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or Thanksgiving. I see some chiropractors' Facebook pages, and it's a calendar of holidays for the year, which is fine, but you have the skills and the knowledge to teach and help people. And people want to know things like, what's the value of my car accident case? Why do I need to see a chiropractor if I'm in a car accident? Why do I need to hire an attorney after my car accident? That's what the market wants to know. There's a website that'll tell you what people are typing into Google about car accident. That's what the market wants to know. So you can create content answering those questions that the market wants to know. That's how you grow your business. Because I see doctors, then they pay a company to post for them on their social media, and it's all stock photography. Yeah, it's about injuries, diseases, tennis elbow, stuff like that. It's stock photography. And if you look at those posts, 0 people click the like button and 0 people comment on it. It has no engagement. But if you answer questions that the market wants to know using this little video camera that everyone has, and record yourself doing it as the authority. As a personal injury doctor, you're qualified to answer those questions that the market wants to know. And that's how you create relative content that people want to consume because you're teaching them something. But answer the questions that the market wants to know. All right, so in closing about the blue ocean strategies, do things differently. We don't have to do what the industry norms tell us to do, right? Email marketing, taking attorneys to lunch. And in my course, I help you hire, train, coach, optimize, and track a marketing liaison to walk in the law firms. But it's just not enough to walk into law firms with a pretty guy, a pretty gal. That's not how it works. They got to know medical legal terminology. They got to know how to create and build rapport with that administrative staff, because that administrative staff, those people can gossip, and they have the power to say, hey, yeah, no, attorney's not here. He's really busy. He can't come out and talk to you. Or if you have a strategy to build rapport with those people through your marketing liaison, they're going to go, oh yeah, of course, I'll let you talk to the attorney. Have a seat in the conference room. Let me bring him out. Okay. So that's the goal here. Blue ocean strategies, doing things that very few others are doing in the market to stand out. We also want to stand out in our practice, like who we are as a chiro. In other words, I want you to figure out what is your point of differentiation, right? What's going to make you stand out in the market so that you're a blue ocean? Otherwise, you're a commodity, right? I think of a commodity like granite countertops. If I want a certain granite countertop, it's called, let's say it's called blue steel. I want a blue steel granite countertop. I'm going to call all the granite companies, ask if they have blue steel. 5 of them say yes. I'm going to say who has it for the lowest cost per square foot. And that's who I'm going after, because there's nothing special about blue steel. It's granite rock shaped in a rectangle to be fabricated and glossy. But of those 5 people that had it, those 5 countertop dealers, there's nothing special about that granite countertop. It's a commodity. So I went with the cheapest one. Okay. You don't want to be that in this space. You want to be special. You want to provide attorneys value drivers for the case. Do you have the ability to provide value drivers for the case? Deeper diagnoses. Maybe you have Colossus training, the software that talks to or interprets the insurance software to drive up the value of the case, right? You can always learn new skills, blue ocean strategies. Okay. So the blue ocean strategy that I want to hammer today is sending direct messages to the attorneys. Very few people are doing it. And if you don't act now, more people are going to be learning it, and it's going to become a red ocean. Nothing lasts forever. That's what they tell me in the mafia movies. Nothing lasts forever. Like I said, Facebook ads is now a red ocean. I'm done with it. It doesn't, like, my results started going like this. Doing the same thing, same kind of ads. I know how to create Facebook ads, but the results started going like this because everyone's on it now. Everyone's fighting for their ideal client on Facebook. I'm going to the blue ocean. Vast open waters where no one is, and I'm going to be the only one there for the next 2 or 3 years. And then people are going to figure that out. It's going to become a red ocean, and we're going to need to discover a blue ocean strategy. But don't worry, I do that for you. I'm the one going to these conventions, learning from the attorneys, learning what their pain points are, understanding what makes them want to send you cases, and understand what makes them not want to send you cases. So if you have any questions about blue ocean, or if something isn't clear, comment below. Comment below this video, and I'll send you a private message and I can help you. Also, if you want to type the word blue in the comment section, and I'll reach out to you and we'll get on a 15-minute call. And in that 15-minute call, I'll share with you 2 or 3 things that you can do. I'll go a little more deeper with you. I'll tell you 2 or 3 things you can do that'll give you some asymmetrical results really fast in your personal injury marketing. So just type blue in the comments, and I'll respond to you, and I'll send you a private message, and we can hook up on a 15-minute call and help you understand what you're currently doing and kind of point you in the direction of some blue ocean strategy. So just type blue in the comments below. So imagine doing this 6 months from now. Every single day you're reaching out to attorneys on your social media. Okay, let's say it's 25. So if you do that every week for 5 days a week for 6 months, that's 125 a week. That's 500 a month, let's say. Let's say you were just doing that. And in 6 months, that's 3,000 attorneys that you've reached out to with direct messaging. Well, there's not 3,000 attorneys in my town. Okay. That's red ocean strategy thinking right there. Let me give you the blue ocean strategy thinking. Attorneys market all over your state, not just in your little city. Okay. So I'm in, let's say, okay, I'm in Atlanta, but let's say I was in Cartersville. Okay. I'm going to market obviously to all the Cartersville attorneys. It's in north, it's very, I think it's north of Atlanta, Cartersville. But I'm also going to market to the attorneys digitally by sending them direct messages in Atlanta, Macon, Columbus, Athens, Savannah. Why? Because these attorneys market digitally through technology all over the state. So attorneys in Savannah, Columbus, Albany, Athens, they get clients in my backyard. So if I don't have a strat, and so let's say I have a marketing liaison. It's kind of hard for me to send my marketing liaison all the way down to Savannah. It's a 4-hour drive. You know, if they left at 8 in the morning, they get there at noon. If they work for only for 4 hours and drive back, they get home at 8. It's not really tenable. But those attorneys are marketing digitally all over the state of Georgia, and they're getting clients that work or live in my backyard. Because think about how these attorneys run their business now. They're going to send a marketer, they're going to send their client a digital contract like DocuSign via text or email. And then at settlement time, they're going to mail them a check. Very few of them even see their clients because we're in a digital society now. So it doesn't matter where the attorney is. It just matters where you are, because no one's going to drive, 2 or 3 hours, 3 times a week to come see you. But these attorneys far away need to know who the personal injury doctors are in your neck of the woods. Otherwise, if they left it up to the client may walk into the joint chiropractic. Listen, I'm not pooping on the joint. I love the joint, but they just don't do PI. They want nothing to do with PI. They just want their $65 a month for your 4 adjustments. That's all they're interested in. They're not looking for PI cases. So these attorneys need to know who the PI doctors are all over their state, because they're marketing all over the state. And sending direct messages through a blue ocean strategy through your social media is how you get in relationships with them, right? So the opportunity cost of you not starting this today, 6 months from now, if you, like I said, if you were sending out 500 direct messages, that's 6 months, that's 3,000 attorneys. You're right, there are not 3,000 attorneys in your city, depending what city you are. I'm in Atlanta, there's like 5,000 here. But the average attorney firm, like the smaller firms, have about 200 to 300 active injury cases. The large billboard firms, 3,000 to 4,000 active injury cases going on at one time. The business is out there. Where you are in business right now it's all your fault, but not your fault. Like, let me explain it this way. All of your habits, all of your education, all of your decisions have led you to where you are today, to where you are in your current situation. All of your decisions, your thoughts, and your actions have led you here. No one's out to get you. No one's holding you down. No one's preventing you from having the practice of your dreams. It's up to you to learn the strategies and take the actions necessary to grow your practice. And the opportunity cost of ignoring those and not taking action is costing you money every single day. That's an opportunity cost. It's invisible, but it's real. Okay, so I do organic strategies. I do a blue ocean strategy with my organic marketing on social media. If I didn't do that, 50% of my annual revenue is generated through direct messaging, my organic strategies. So if I didn't do it, or took a day off, or didn't make it a habit and a discipline, I'd be leaving half of my annual revenue on the table to save for my retirement, pay for my kids' college education, support my family, give to charity, whatever I choose to do with my money. I'll have less of it to make all those decisions. So it's up to you. So if you want to hop on a 15-minute call, talk to me a little bit about your practice, your current situation, just type blue in the comments below. And I love to help you. So we're going to talk about a plan of action. In my private group, I give you a framework, not only of digital, but also hiring, training, coaching, optimizing, and tracking a marketing liaison. Training that person, what to say when they walk in, what to say to the support staff, how to address the pain points of the attorney. The attorneys have pain points. And if you don't address them and you're only talking about your pain points, their face is going to glaze over of boredom because you're not really talking to them. You're just talking about you and all your pain points. So if you had a strategy and a framework to do this with massive numbers and consistency using blue ocean strategies, you can have the practice of your dreams, and you can push your foot on the gas pedal and you can take it off anytime you want, depending on the volume and the bandwidth of the patients that you can handle by using these strategies. It's powerful and it works fast. So type blue in the comments below. Let's hop on a call. I love helping doctors. That's what I do. When you're successful, I feel successful. And I just love this. All right, so just think about that. Think about taking 6 months of action every day, being disciplined. What will your practice look like if you were reaching out to 500 attorneys every month, getting in conversations, sharing with them how you help people, how you focus on PI, what your unique sales proposition is, or your X factor, or your point of differentiation is, and you're doing that over and over and over again? How much better you're going to get? How much better are you going to get at sharing your message, at telling your story, and becoming a resource for all these attorneys that need to know where you are? Let me show you this, and then we're going to finish up here. What we want to do is we want to get on the map. What do I mean by the map? Every attorney has a map like this. This is a Google interactive map. All the red marks are chiropractors that this attorney has a relationship with. All the blue marks are medical doctors. So this is just Atlanta that I'm showing you, right? Here's 285, the circle around Atlanta. If I were to expand this map, you will see that this attorney has relationships with doctors all over the state of Georgia, right? A few of them were smart enough to reach out to him and become a resource. Are you that person? Are you on the map of every attorney in town? Do you have a plan, a framework, a process to get there? And that's where I can help you. In my private group, I package this step-by-step instructions. I show you videos, step-by-step instructions so that you can do this fast, grow your practice with digital strategies through organic outreach on social media, direct messaging, and hiring a marketing liaison to really up-level your success in personal injury. Okay, so thanks to everyone who attended this live stream. If you want to talk to me, just type blue in there. I'll send you a link and we can get on a 15-minute call. I'm going to be back here next Thursday, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern for this live stream. I enjoy talking to doctors every week, helping them with personal injury. They share their fears with me, their limiting beliefs, and we bust through all that. They get breakthroughs. I was talking to one doc today. I told him this thing. I'm not going to go in on this one, but I said, when you're talking to these attorneys, what's the benefit of working with you? The benefit of the benefit. Man, that was a powerful concept. I'm going to talk about that in a later live stream. But when I told him that, all these light bulbs went off. The benefit of working with me. Wow. So we'll cover that in another live stream. So thanks to everyone who attended today. Have a great rest of the week. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week right here at 4 p.m. in the Personal Injury Accelerator. The Prime Spine Consulting Facebook group for more personal injury patients. Have a great day, everybody.